to Rabanaka's Stamp Along. This is Preeti. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create white flowers on colored backgrounds. So I'm taking a white top folding, not white, sorry, a yellow top folding note card. And this is going to be a one layered card. So I'm not going to add any extra layers or panels, just one layer, that's it. And I'm starting off with this stamp set here. This is a daisy stamp set that I'm going to stamp on the right corner, on the left corner of this note card. And because I don't want the note card to keep opening on me while I start coloring, I'm just adding a tape in the bottom inside it to keep it shut. So to create the white flowers here, I am taking a white Prismacolor pencil and I'm just going to go lightly over the surface of the flower. When you're coloring with the color pencils, you want to make sure that you are not pressing it really hard. Prismacolor pencils are oil based, so what happens is when you are building in the color, you are adding that slick surface onto your cardstock. So if you go very hard the very first time, you won't be able to build in the color. So you want to go layer by layer in order to do color pencils. So I'm just going to keep adding this white color pencil all over the surface of that daisy that I'm coloring right now. I'm going to show you one of the daisies, and that's exactly how I did all the daisies in this stamp set. So once I'm done adding all this white color, before I go ahead, the other thing you need to keep in mind is keep your pencil really sharp. Don't let it go blunt on you. Keeping it sharp also allows you to go into creases, and it allows you to keep your pencil moving lightly without forcing much pressure on it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I find that keeping the pencil really sharp helps me not to push it hard on the paper. So now that I've done coloring with the white, I want to add a little bit of shadow onto this flower. Remember, any object, even though it's white, it's still going to have shadows and reflections from other petals on it or from anything around its surroundings. So in this case, I'm adding a 30% cool gray in places where I think there would be shadows. And then I'm taking this lemon yellow and I'm just going around the center of the flower just to add a little bit of yellow tint to some of the petals. And now I'm going to build the center of the flower. And for that, I started with the sienna brown, which is a brownish, orangish brown color. And I'm blending that with yellowed orange and some canary yellow and some lemon yellow. That pretty much finishes the center of the card. Center of their flower. I also added a little bit of aqua blue into the petals just to add some extra color to that really flat white flower otherwise. I just feel like because it's white again, it's going to take in some colors from its surroundings anyway. So a little bit of blue adds to the artistic feel of the flower that we are coloring. So I'm just going back with that white color pencil and coloring over everything once more so there are no harsh edges or uncolored places. And remember, because I had done it lightly the first time, it allows me to layer it once more and to give that really bright color, white color. For the stems, all I did, I just took two different shades of green. One was a dark green and an apple green, and I just added both those colors, the darker color in the place where there would be shadow because of a petal or a flower on the stem, and then blended that with apple green. And that is all I did for the flowers, not the flowers, the stems and the leaves of this flower. And then here you can see I've gone ahead and colored all the other daisies as well. I had kept the stamp in my MISTI without changing the position, so that way I can restamp it with the black ink once more. That way I have crisper black lines, and I've repeated that same process on the top right corner of this card as well. Now I'm taking this butterfly from the butterfly set and I'm going to stamp this using VersaFine black ink. That was the same ink that I used for the flowers as well. And I'm going to stamp that in one corner of this cardstock, just slightly overlapping one of the leaves, and then I'm going to heat set it. I learned my lesson because VersaFine ink is pigment ink, so it takes a little while to dry, and I accidentally had smudged it a bit on the cardstock, and I didn't want to repeat it again, so I just went ahead and actually heat set it before I can start coloring it. So for the butterfly, I wanted it to have a two-tone effect. So what I did is I started off with the Indian throne blue in the center of the butterfly, and then I blended that with Parma violet. And then once I was done with that, I came from the other direction with aquamarine, and I blended aquamarine with light aqua, and that kind of gave me the two-tone butterfly color. And I really like the contrast of white and yellow against the blue and the purple that is in the butterfly. So it's actually in the color wheel if you look at it. Yellow is right across. It is a complementary color. Violet is a complementary color to yellow. So it really makes a beautiful contrast in your card. And I love contrast when I'm creating any element, whether it is coloring with my Copics or any pencil or any medium. Contrast is what brings life into your elements. So that's the reason why I chose the colors the way I chose. So here you can see I'm blending the last bit of the aqua, light aqua, into that Parma violet. That is the mid-tone color for the violet shade. And the aqua, light aqua, is the mid-tone color for the blue shade. Now that I'm done coloring everything, I'm just taking this white gel pen. This is the Signo Uniball white gel pen, or gel pen. I'm just going to add all over some of the leaves just to give them that baby breath kind of a feel. So I'm just adding some squiggly lines all over some of those stems just to create that. And I'm also taking a black ink pen here, and I'm going to draw in that extra lines. Because I'd stamped this butterfly without using Misty, I couldn't restamp it, so I just took a black pen and went over the lines where the pencil had faded my black line. And here I'm taking a gold acrylic paint pen. This is from Posca, and I'm just adding a few shimmery dots all around this what do you call, flower that we created. And I'm also going to take a white pen, the same Uniball Signo. I don't know why I'm shaking, it doesn't require shaking. You just take it, and I'm just going to add same different various sizes of dots around the same where I added the gold dot, just around it a little bit, just to add a bit of just a design element into your very simple and one layered card. And here I'm taking this thanks sentiment from the thank you set, thanks set, and I'm going to stamp this using my VersaFine embossing ink, and I'm going to emboss this using a white embossing powder. Sorry, I didn't show you that, but that's what I did. And I also went ahead and stamped and embossed an additional sentiment onto a black cardstock, and thank you, and this says thanks, you are so kind, is the entire sentiment. I'm going to add that below the embossed white sentiment. Now I'm just going to take some this is like a black crystal gemstones, and I'm just going to add them here and there just to add a little bit more of dimension on a very simple one layer card. And really, this is a very easy card to make, and I'm sure you can mass produce this cards as well. I hope you enjoyed this video and you will give a go for using Prismacolors on dark cardstock. And as usual, please give us a thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.